it kind of hit a couple weeks ago, actually. So we've been in the stew, which just means Phineas's basement, basically. And we actually we wrote a whole song, entire in its entirety, like an entire song, which is like kind of rare for us, and I really love it. It was like exactly what I needed to say when we wrote it. I mean, the song I was talking about earlier that we wrote a couple weeks ago that felt so right was this. I wish I could sing it for you, but I can't. But it was just about, there's this part of it in it that was I just needed to say this, which was, I know I'm supposed to feel unhappy right now because of this break and because I'm not seeing anybody, and it's like I feel like there's this kind of thing that I feel like is floating around of like, you're supposed to be missing people. You're supposed to be missing this person and be missing people in general and be missing doing this, and I kind of have this feeling of like I miss my really close friends. I miss people, of course I do, but I also at the same time am liking the space, and I'm liking that everybody can kind of grow right now. It's funny, like I actually like thought about changing it this time because so basically I've been doing lowercase for like years. Like every project I've made is all lowercase. I don't know why. I think it makes it more it's like pleasing to the eye, I feel like, and less like professional, which I always liked. It's just that growth, it's growth. I feel like at least for me, I feel like there was like I spent years and years relying on having someone, and as soon as I didn't have someone, I got somebody else. And I'm not talking about relationships, I'm talking about everything. Like any, like I couldn't, I could never be alone. Like I couldn't take my own company for so long. And I don't know, I just felt like I needed that growth. I needed a moment to myself, and I got it. And it was really hard. Like it's so much harder than you think to not rely on people, to just have yourself to rely on. And just like, it's weird. It's not something you think about being hard, but when you're in that, like, alone zone, it's a new feeling. And I really wanted to talk about it. And, I feel like everything is about love, and everything is about, there's nothing that talks about how being alone is really powerful, and you grow a lot and you learn a lot, and like, it's not bad, even when, something I've been doing I mean, it's hard to do it right now because time feels very hopeless, but there's still hope in it. We will get out of this. You know what I mean? Eventually, it might take years, but we'll be okay eventually. We should have hope because there's stuff to look forward to in the future. Like, even if it's far as hell, even if it's tomorrow, like, we don't know what's to come. And I've always loved that, like, it's something that I've always like used as a tactic to like put myself at ease, when you're overwhelmed or you're not liking your current situation. If you just think about like, what is my life going to look like in like 5 months? What's it going to look like in a year? Yeah, perspective. And it's like, think about it. And it's like, I don't know. I love thinking about that. It makes me hopeful and it makes me excited. And I love the idea of not knowing what's in my future. And I love the idea that I'm going to meet somebody, something, I'm going to do something, and it's going to change my life. Like, you don't know, it's exciting. I really like the second pre-chorus of I'd like to be your answer because you're so handsome, then to drive you home because you'd invite me in. This was such a satisfying process. It was so satisfying. We wrote the song in like 2 days. That's crazy fast for us. I mean, to be honest with you, lately, kind of been like that. It's kind of been, we just going. So it's been great. It's like, this is the most we've ever worked in one period of time. But we wrote it like a month into quarantine probably. And it was pouring rain, and we were like in this like, it was such a perfect setting. And then we recorded the vocal in Phineas's studio, which is just in his basement in his house. And I don't know, it actually took like a lot. Like, for me, I'm sure I take forever to get a vocal take that I like, and I do like a billion takes. And this one, I don't know. There was something about this one take that I did, and I was like, this is the only way that it can be. And then, you know, what was funny was we were kind of stuck for like a day. We were like, what the do we do here? What do we, like, where does this go? And we were actually, this is so crazy to think about. We were actually like, I was about to leave. I was like, I don't think we're going to get anything done. We had, you know, the song recorded, but we didn't know what to do with it. And we popped in the pool. We got out of the pool. And I was literally going to go home, and I was like, let's just like fuck around with it a little more. And we finished the song that night, like finished completely. It was crazy. It was so satisfying. It was like pouring rain. It was pouring. I mean, yeah, it was really nice too. It was nice.
Yeah.
I was so relieved. You know, of course, when we got home, I was like, I'm so glad that when we're in quarantine, it'll be only for the, you know, when it's raining. It'll only be this period of time. As much as my future is a song about personal growth and being content, it's, you know, now more than ever, I listen to it, I'm like, wow, this actually, you know, is super relevant to right now and our future as a world and as a people. And, you know, I don't know, it's crazy when you can get to a point in life where hope itself feels hopeless. It feels hopeless to hope for stuff. Should you even be wishing? You know, should you even be hopeful? It's like, is it even worth it? And it's just, that's insane that that's where we are at this point. We need the music. We need the hope.